Evening all. Hope you're well. Not going insane or any more insane. A couple of people have been asking me about bits and pieces to get seeds started and germinating and cuttings and all the rest of it. So I'm going to do this video just to kind of clue them up, and if anyone else is interested, you know what I mean? It's just basic stuff you're going to get at home to create some basic hydroponic unit. It's deep water culture, it's basically called. But what I'm going to do is kind of customise it a little bit, so I'm using various different hydroponic methods all in one tub. So I can raise the water level, lower the water level to either use it as a bubble pot. I can use it as just normal deep water culture, which is like a cracky approach, which is no oxygen, it's just plain water. Or in my case here, I've actually got a fogger as well, which it can be, so the whole thing can be turned into fogponics as well, believe it or not, that's what it's called. So yeah, I'm going to quickly go through it. So, you know, I'm going to try not to babble on, but I want to try and get everything in so it kind of gives you a full idea of what you've got to do. You can grow one plant in here, or you can have, like I've got at the moment, I've done an eight plant top for it, which is basically cutting out holes in the lid of the tub, yeah? So to fit a net pot of your choice. So they're cheap as chips on Amazon or any garden centres. Yeah, I've just cut these down and literally cut holes in the top of the plastic container. These are just little bits of foam that you can buy them like that, or you can make them up yourself out of bits of foam, and literally the plant is just nipped in there. It's a round circle cut to size in there. All you're doing is using that to hold the plant up. There's nothing there to actually contribute towards the growth or the nutrients of feeding on them or anything like that. It's literally holding the plant up. The roots are underneath, and they just are in the water. So it's either deep water culture, so you have a high level of water in there, so they're just hanging in it. You don't have to have no pumps or no noise whatsoever. Or you can have the aquaponics, which is basically, you can use fish ponds to actually plumb into these, so that you can just work them so you've got no soil. I'm using like spray jets in the top as well on this one. So that means some just basic, I'm not sure exactly what the size is, I think it's 15 mil from Screwfix. This all just pulls apart, it's not glued, it's not under pressure or anything like that. So it's just all pulls apart. So basically what I've done is cut that to size to fit into the top of this, into the top of this tub, yeah. And in the bottom of this tub, I've got a fish tank pump, which basically that sits on like so, with it basically pumping straight into these pipes. So it goes around and just, it's in a complete loop. So it pressurises, and you've got little tiny spray heads. You don't actually have to have them. You can literally drill holes in there, tiny little holes, and put it under pressure, and you will get jets coming out to the centre of the tub to basically wet the roots on a constant basis, if you like. But anyway, what I've done is put the little kind of spray jets in the top. Like I say, they're available on Amazon, whatever else, and I'll show you what they do. So when it actually comes on, so that is there spraying onto the roots that are hanging down from the lid. Yeah, you can have that on a timer, so it's not on all the time, or you can basically have it on all the time. It doesn't make no difference. You don't need to refill it because it's just basically circulating the water that's in the tub in the first place. So if you put enough solution in there and get your nutrient levels right, you can sit and leave that for quite a while. You know, you just have to check your ECs levels, and your pH level is important as well for the nutrient pickup of the plants in the solution. The other option, let me just turn this off. The other option is a fogger, which is basically very cheap. I think they're about £3, but you have to get a power pack to run it. Which I think it comes to about 10 or 12 quid for the both. So just cut yourself a piece of foam to make this sit just under the surface of the water. It doesn't need to sit on the bottom of the tank. It needs to sit like that, look, and float. Yeah. So when you turn it on, which I'll do now, that then creates a vapour. When the lid's on, that basically fills up. There's no noise whatsoever. You don't want these running all the time, but you can put them on a little timer or have a digital timer on your phone and literally have these coming on for like 15 minutes or something in every hour, and have the spray jets on for the rest of the time of that hour. It depends how deep you want to get into it. Obviously, like the deep water culture, you can literally do the crack key method, which is hanging your roots through the lid of the tub into the water. That's it. Yeah. Or then you can go further and go with the pipe work to give you some pressure there with the pump that will spray your roots. Or you can simply buy one of these off of Amazon. Like I say, they're like £3 for the actual fogger. Like they have to sit just under the surface, look. And then once the lid goes on, literally it's vapour. And the size of the vapour is important for the plant, the roots, to pick it up and be able to pick up the nutrients at the same time. So your roots are going to be picking up vapour, and that is available to them as a food in this system instantly. Not like in soil. You're feeding the soil when you're doing organic and full soil mixes. You're feeding the soil for the soil to then break down to then feed the plants. This is an instant method where you're literally feeding the plants straight to the roots with a vapour, which is available to that plant because of the size of the micron of the vapour. Right, so that's about it really. And all I do then is stick the lid on and stick it on the timer on the two different things. You've got the spray jets and also the fogger. Like I say, incorporate two versions. Don't have any of that and just have a deep water culture, or even just have jars literally with water in. Balance the plant in a lid, make a little cup out of a flower pot out of the garden, cut the bottom off so the roots are hanging through, and sit it in the top of something with water in, with your nutrient solution. That will get you going. You can grow plants to their full with that method. Like I say, you could put one hole in here and have a bigger net pot and just grow one big tomato plant, which is basically going to give you so much fruit that you just you won't know what to do with it. So yeah, get on it, people. It's there for you to learn. I love it. You know, as you can probably tell, it's one of my passions as well as cooking. So enjoy this, get involved, and yeah, stay safe, people. Love to all.